Well, Ariel, we've received reports.
I do find Wings of Liberty kind of funny because they've kind of like two romance things for Raynor, never mentioning his dead wife. It's just like typical in stories where a character is a widower, they'll be mentioned at some point, but never is. But yeah, he sometime prior to SC1, when he'd settled down as a marshal, he got married. He had a wife. They had a kid. Kid is discovered to be psionic, is forcibly conscripted by the Confederates, who then not long later report his death.
Not enough minerals.
This time around you get three Hercs starting off. Um, Not long later, sometime later, they report his death in a training accident, but he may not have actually died. They may have just, they may have been
Research in
lying.
Heya over the Protoss
And
forces. It is likely the Protoss will fall shortly.
Well, here's the plan. Then we've got to get that artifact before the Zerg
Raynor's
overrun the whole
wife
place.
withers away out of distress at her child dying,
Warning.
and he's left
Protoss
alone.
stalkers are gathering at our perimeter.
He
Incoming transmission.
I got something new for you, cowboy. Marauders. The latest word in Big Bada
could
Boom
get
Hunt.
vultures to put down mines.
Sure, this is the best time to be experimenting, Swan.
Best time
Reactor.
there is.
We're gonna go
Let
Predator.
the Marauders loose against those stalkers and you'll see. Cyclone receiving.
Add-on complete.
Yeah, whatever.
Not enough minerals.
They can come in with some clutch saves, but when it's on autocast, as long as you have the funds.
What's going on? Bad news?
But yeah, so he's a widower,
Insufficient vessel.
had a wife, had a kid, never get mentioned. I suppose they don't need to, but I just like there's a lot of stuff that happens in the expanded settings of like Blizzard materials, and they may never get mentioned, even when it makes sense for them to be mentioned. Like Tyrande and Maiev being in the same room as each other. Tyrande is very much a take your hands off my husband type, and Maiev tried to kill Malfurion. She also murdered numerous people, like five Highborn in five of the Chandrilar in Darnassus post Kata, and escaped judgment, and it's never brought up again. So it comes off as less that there wasn't no one knew or never came up sort of thing, and more Blizzard just choosing not to acknowledge that bit of the expanded setting. Blizzard does have a terrible issue of putting out expanded material, then deciding it's non-canon after they get your money. I keep going back to it, but it's a great example of it. Uh, Medivh. There's a character in WoW called Medivh. He's the son of Garona and Medivh. And he takes a lot after his father. He's a ridiculously powerful mage, but he went up against a challenge that he could not beat. So temporarily he becomes the Guardian of Terrarsville for the basically the mantle comes with power. He undergoes a power infusion and becomes more dangerous for it. They decided that we don't want to go in that direction with that character. He's not going to become the Guardian of Terrarsville even temporarily, so that didn't happen in that book. Then why did you let them publish it? And then how did he defeat the enemy without that power boost? I don't know if they gave any answer to that. All I've seen via the wiki was that it didn't happen. So, or at least all I remember from the wiki is that it didn't happen. I've made mistakes before. I'm no guru. I'm no subsaurian. So, yeah, they'll publish things, then decide after the fact that it never happened. It's really shoddy. Like there isn't a proper direction. There isn't proper like a guiding direction, and they're often isn't good writers. They're far too eager to retcon things. They're far too eager to write things poorly, and they also just kind of zig and zag all over the place. Oh yes, this is fine. No, we'll do it a different way. After they get your money, it's like I said. I like StarCraft. I really do. I think it's a great setting. I like Warcraft. I think it's a great setting. But Blizzard aren't good shepherds. You get some ideas off them, then you hand it over to I know Amy Krenning or someone else to actually make it into a thing. You get the ideas, and then you hand it over to a better writer. Part of the issue is it's just the reality of an MMO. There's so much stuff over so many years. But even when you look at StarCraft to StarCraft Brood War, there's plot holes there as well. Kerrigan and her mind control ability, randomly being able to mind control one of the most powerful psionics from somewhere in the sector. One of her nearest rivals in power, she's just able to entirely mentally dominate her. Then how come she doesn't mind control the UED commander? How come she doesn't make Manx eat his own legs? How come she doesn't make Raynor flay his, service revolver and move on? There's no reason she shouldn't have taken over the sector the moment she realized she could do this. So, it's not just the grand scheme plot holes. They do it even within a self-contained stuff. Like, not like within Brood War, that's a major, you know, franchise ruining plot hole. Just within Brood War. Never mind 20 years of WoW. Just within Brood War. I think someone said Brood War was rushed. Could be the answer. But so it's just an issue with Blizzard. They can come up with great ideas, great settings, great characters. They can have great moments of writing, or good moments of writing. But they'll also shit the bed more often than you like. And it's rather frustrating because it does take away from the good that's there. Certainly, it ends up being the bit you remember more. At least I do. I kind of fixate. So, but I'm also frustrated that they'll take your money and then fuck off with it while saying, "Oh yeah, that didn't happen." Could I get a refund then? No. The fuck. So it's frustrating. Like I said, there isn't a guiding direction on Blizzard writing. Look at Christy Golden with her Grosh novel. She put that out, and people liked that Grosh novel. It was a good novel, but then they take Grosh in an entirely different direction to the point where it basically retcons that novel out of existence, and people were frustrated by it. But Blizzard then just kill them off and move on, keeping their money. It's frustrating. Like, they'll have someone write a novel, bring a character in a direction, and then just ignore it and do their own thing. There isn't a proper guiding direction to what they're doing. They just do what they want in that moment and ignore everything else. As far as I know, the Chronicles were originally pitched as war Bibles, but they then decided, no, there's a dirty work of biased scribes. And so, at any moment, any bit of it can be retconned. Because they didn't like the idea of being hemmed in at all. It chafed. A proper lore Bible hems you in. In what I'm trying to write right now, like, I do change, I'll write a chapter, I'll move on, and I'll write stuff, it's like, ooh, that's an idea. And I'll go back and I'll change the previous chapter. But once I publish that book, I'm stuck with it. I realize and recognize that, so I'm going to do my best with it as I'm writing it, Give myself enough space to work with, and then move on, I suppose over so many years you do run out of stuff, but the idea is you ground a setting. Here's how this place works. And I need to keep going, I need to do more. Then you bring it elsewhere. You bring it somewhere new that can work differently. there's other worlds out there. There's other places, other threats. You go further afield, and while you're further afield, shit's going back on, happening on Azeroth. A new threat rises. Something else happens. You know, like in the Chronicles, they mentioned that the venture company is despoiling Northrend. You know, there's something that's happening in Northrend. There's something you could go back to, stab up for a bit. You know, there's a side patch to an expansion. You know. You know, the venture companies after defiling a Titan shrine and digging something up. No one went around breaking it down walls, so you missed it. You know? But, yeah. Anyway, my bitching aside, I think I spent more time bitching there than actually playing this mission so far. The Hercs are, God, they are kind of expensive.
Go ahead.
It's tempting to get flyers, but I think they're mainly useful en masse, so it may be better for me to stake around.
Attack wave detected. Add-on complete.
SCV ready.
Wasted 15 there. I'm not sure if these can be justified as being on.
Big job, huh? Yeah, whatever. SCV ready.
Okay. Once we get 2 predators, I think we can head out. I'll turn the Herc's grapple on, and that should be groovy. Should be able to move out, sweep up here, and clear it there just fine.
Additional supply depots required.
Bad news? Yep. Cyclone. Receiving. Channels clear, boss. This ought to be good.
Awesome.
Show me who you want to die.
Turn on grapple. You know what? You can leave that on.
Comms open.
I was figuring to grapple in, but I've not. Also, already lost a predator.
Coordinates or what? Rig startup complete. Armed and ready.
Additional supply depots required.
Damn it.
Cyclone receiving.
Alright, go back.
What's going on?
Was hoping I'll be, in and back by the time they attacked.
This ought to be good.
Additional supply depots required.
Okay, attack.
Coordinates or what?
Nice. They swung in with the repairs.
Show me who you want to die. In gear. Cyclone receiving.
Alright, pull back.
Not enough minerals.
Show me who you want to die. Comms open. SCV ready. Channels clear, boss. You got coordinates or what? Cyclone receiving. In gear. Got a target in mind. SCV ready.
Hell yeah.
You got coordinates or
Group
what?
up.
SCV ready.
1, 2, 3, 3. Alright,
Got a target in mind.
I'll turn that off.
Channels clear, boss.
I need it for healing.
SCV ready. job, huh? We can use some help here. Show me who you want to die. Console SCV ready. Cyclone receiving.
Lost the Cyclone. Lost the War Pig. Not sure on nothing else. Well, lost the Cat. Don't really care about the death of the Cyclones. The units are okay, I suppose.
Base is under attack.
Needs to be done soon. Engage.
By the numbers, boys.
Wish I had a second geyser.
Armed and ready. This better be good. Been waiting on you.
Reapers are a beautiful thing.
Go ahead.
Really good at the base destruction.
Gotcha.
The grenades are... I'm just in love with those grenades of theirs. That's why I'm grabbing this guy now. Though I suppose one dude's not going to do much, but he will damn well help. I also don't have any way to hit air. Beyond the war pigs.
Go ahead. The Grim Reaper has arrived. Been waiting on you. This better be good.
Okay. I also don't have stim. Just attack.
Armed and ready.
Jeez, 150 for those pieces of shit? Ugh.
Not enough minerals.
I don't like the Cyclone, in case you couldn't guess.
Base is under attack.
Been waiting on you.
Your forces are under attack.
Optics online. Let's go kill something. The Grim Reaper has arrived. En route. Nothing'll stop me. Oh, I'll get there. I getcha. Moving into position. In gear.
What the?
It's a cyclone, not a cyclone.
I never heard those lines before, primarily because I don't like the Cyclops.
I got a group.
And we're done. I like the Predators. They're very nice. Very fragile, but at 100-minute pop, you don't really mind. And keep in mind, this is without the proper upgrades here. Got a Zerg and a bucket, and bring them home to you. So, advanced construction. They've kind of put stuff up here that it's just like, why would you ever choose this over this? Group build is incredible and instant add-on, nice. They make some choices kind of no-brainer. At least for me, anyway. So, I do not like you. What do you give? Attack speed on hit. When damaged, gain 5% faster attack speed. Lasts 5 seconds, stacks 10 times, so they can attack 50 times faster. given how much they're hit, I would honestly be tempted to giving it to the Predator here. Because they're going to take a lot of hits, so they may as well get more hits out to compensate. But if that's the case, I'd almost want to give everything here to the Predator, because the Predator is going to be running into melee, so they're gonna explode and harm things nearby. Well, they're going to be running into melee and taking a lot of damage, attacking faster for it. They're going to die, meaning they'll explode. They're going to die, meaning they super stim, giving their remaining allies healing and even faster attack speed. This is very nice. I can also turn off the cap here on mounted salvages and just stack everything on a single vehicle or a single like type. It'll be ridiculous. It'll be fun. So I'm very tempted.